Point 6, resell to people you've already sold to. It's the easiest money you'll ever make. So in T2 television, because obviously we knew we weren't making money. When shit was getting hard, what we'd do is we were selling these 18, 19 grand deals. And one of the reasons we survived so long is we'd get people to sign up, pay 18, 19 grand, make their advert, show them their advert, hope they loved it. And if they loved their advert, then we try and sell a bonus airtime package. We'd come at them and say, by the way, we've got a really big purchase coming up for McDonald's, some bullshit. And we're getting airtime extremely cheap. And for only an extra 5 grand, we can get you an extra 100 spots on TV. Some garbage, some bullshit. And try and sell them this extra package. And this package had some profit in it for us. The spots we'd give them would be in the middle of the night, cheap, bullshit. And this was our only chance to make any profit. So if they said no to this, we did all the work for effectively nothing. If they said yes, we'd sell it for 5 and it was like 4 grand profit. That's how we were surviving. So if we tried to put that in at the front end and sell 24, 25 grand packages, we couldn't sell it. But if we sold them at 19 and then tried to upsell them later, we had about 60, 70% upsell rate if people liked their advert. So the easiest money you'll ever make is selling to people who have already bought from you before, as long as you relatively fulfilled your deal. So we did it after the advert. We never tried to sell it to them before they saw the advert because then it was much harder to sell. So if you do a good job or a half good job, the best customers you're ever going to have are people who have already bought from you before. You should already know this about business. This is a very easy one. But it is so much easier to sell to someone who's already bought from you than it is to sell to someone new. A lot of you watching this may have already bought something from me before. Congratulations, you must know a lot of shit. But it's very, very important. It's very, very true. So I know a lot of people with a lot of different businesses and they all call me up for advice. And one of the first things, I had a guy call me up about 2 months ago and he was saying he was struggling for cash. He asked me to borrow money. And I said, I won't say who he is or what his business is because you'll know. Some of you will know. So to protect him, I was like, well, okay, how much do you need? He's like 200 grand. So how many customers do you have? He goes, oh, all in all? Yeah, all in all. How many customers are on your database? He goes, oh, about 10,000. Like, bro, there's your 200 grand. Put together a fucking email campaign. Do a huge discount. You don't have to let it leak out into the public. Let them pay full price. These people have bought from you before. Put it all together, pow, and blast it out. There's your 200 grand. What do you need me for? These people have bought from you before and you delivered. There's your money. Your money's sitting right there. Go get it. So easy to sell to people who have already bought from you before if you did a half good job. In business, you don't need to sell to tons of people if you can sell to the same people over and over again. And it's much easier to sell to the same people over and over again than it is to keep finding new people. Keep that in mind, especially during times where you need cash or you're trying to raise cash or you want to increase cash flow. The first thing you should do, if you have a company and you're making a bit of money, making a little bit of money, and you go, you know what, I want to make some more, what can I do? Don't look at advertising more. Don't look at getting new customers. Don't look at a new product launch. The first thing you should do is go, is there anything I've already got that I can resell to people who have already bought from me? And that is the easiest money you're ever going to make. Don't forget that, because you'll need that at certain points in your business career. You're going to need to be able to pull that ace out your sleeve and generate money from thin air. So keep in mind, that's point 6. All right, point 7. This is another one that goes back to point 2 and point 3, but this is really important. Don't get legal before you get rich. This is super important. We're talking about hustling here. I'm telling you the hacks to becoming rich. Do not get legal before you are rich. You can fix your legal bullshit when you've already made money. It's a shame I've deleted or erased my beautiful makeup diagram. But it's very similar to what we were saying earlier. I know so many people who have registered a company, registered for VAT, registered with the tax man, already have an accountant, and haven't made any money yet. In most of my companies, will make $1 million before I'll even consider fucking around with a tax form, talking to an accountant, or registering any fucking companies. All that shit is on the later base until you have proved the viability of your company and you have money coming in. When you're rich and you have money in the bank, then worry about that stuff. Do not waste your time, energy, and money doing all that legal crap before you know anything about whether your business is going to work or not. Don't do that. It's counterproductive and it's expensive and it's a time sink. If every time I had to start a company or an idea, I had to go register a company, get an accountant, do tax forms, do VAT forms, what a waste of time. I've started maybe 100 companies in my life. 20 of them made money. You're telling me 80 times I would have had to fuck around? Don't do that. I know so many people who have a company legally, but don't have a company in reality because it exists as a legal entity, but it does not provide cash. A company provides cash. If you're a street drug dealer, you own a company. Much more than the guy with all the legal entities which ain't making money. We're hustlers here. It's the Hustlers University. Do not confuse this. Money in. What's the lessons I've been teaching you? Money in. Where's the money in? Legal shit is a cost. We're not interested in costs until we've seen the money in. Do not get legal before you get rich. You do not need any legal bullshit. You need a website, a domain name, and you. That's it. You do not need any legal bullshit before you get rich. Don't make that fucking mistake. The reason people do that is because it makes them feel better. It makes them feel better because then they feel like they have a company. So people go, I want to start a company. They don't know what to do and they don't know how to make money. So they think, well, if I spend money and set it all up legally, then I've got a company. Then they feel better inside, like they've achieved something, when really they've achieved nothing because they're still not making money. Don't fall into these traps so you can walk around telling everyone you have a company because you spent money. Anyone can spend money. Making money's hard. Spending money's fucking easy. Do not do that vanity, I own a company on paper garbage. Fuck all that off until money's coming in the bank. Do not get legal before you get rich. Extremely important. Point 9. Use what you got. So, this comes down to one of the ideas for what idea of a business to run. So, I just gave you the example of the 15-year-old cousin who can make websites. Now you own a website company. Or your 15-year-old cousin who can do, I don't know, fucking, who knows what he can do. He can mow lawns. Every 15-year-old can mow lawns. Now you have a lawn mowing business. Bang. Tell his stupid ass to go deliver some flyers. Drive him around in your car. Play some 2-pack. Chill out in your car. Text some bitches. Drive at 5 miles an hour. Let him drop off all the leaflets. And then let him mow all the lawns. You collect all the money and just pay him a percentage. Bang. You now own a lawn mowing company. Congratulations. Use what you got. So right now, if you're sitting there, make a list of everything you have. And I mean everything. You have a house, say it's rented. You have a car, it's on lease. You have physical strength, let's say you're a strong guy. Look around you, what people do you have? Does your old mother need a new job? Maybe she's at home and she's bored and she wants to, maybe she'll mail things for you. I don't fucking know. Do you have cousins, nieces, nephews? Do you have a girlfriend who has nothing to do? Use what you have, people, things you have, make a fucking long ass list and you'll start thinking of ideas, business ideas. And they're going to come to you like the strip club came to me. But then you're going to sit there and go, okay, this is a good idea, but I can't afford that. But then you're going to go back to the other lessons I've taught you. Okay, this is how much it would cost to set up that way. But how can I get the money in that this would generate without all the costs? And if you do that and you sit there with a piece of paper and you write everything down and you stick to the principles I've taught you so far about how to start businesses, you may find a business you can start for a couple grand. You've already got your staff, a couple grand, you got an idea. You try it. Doesn't work, lost a couple grand. Does work, bang, you're rich. That simple. If it starts to work, speed, 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 more, more, more. Lesson 1. It's really not that complicated. This is how hustlers get rich. It's really, really simple. So, use what you got. A lot of you already have things you can use, you just don't use them. Uber's another one, man. Uber's a fucking perfect one. So, I know Uber doesn't pay very much at all. I know that. But, you know what everyone loves to do when they first get their driving license? Drive. Maybe you have a 17-year-old cousin or some shit, he's just learned to drive. Get his ass on Uber. Rent a car. Find a way to rent a car with unlimited mileage per month. Tell him he's going to do 10 hours of Uber a day to train how to drive. Lie to his ass and say that in the Uber app, you can track and make sure he ain't breaking the speed limit so he drives safe. Put his ass on Uber, pay for his gas, and give him half the money and keep half for yourself. Bang, done. Set him up, get him ready. This is shit. I didn't plan. I'm just telling you things off the top of my head. Because this is how I think as a hustler. I don't need to sit and think. I just know there's money and I find a way to get the money. That's how I am. So right now, you've got cousins out there who aren't driving Uber. If you can convince them to drive Uber, well then why don't they do it without you? Easy, you can talk some shit. Make some shit up. Hey, have you got an Uber account? No. I'll set it all up for you because it's complicated and there's some tax. I'll handle the tax. Don't pay no tax, just lie. Blah, blah, blah. Get them an Uber, get them in cars, bang, bang, bang. Take the money. Done. What are you waiting for? Use what you got. You've already got people, there's cars, there's things happening. You're just not doing anything. Look around, make a full list of what you have, stick to the business principles, and find a way to get money in without spending money out. And you won't lose. From my webcam company, which ended up generating over $7 million, I never once, ever spent money that I hadn't made. I didn't spend $1 out of my pocket that I hadn't already made first from the webcam company. I started that from zero. Just like I started my advertising agency, zero. And this is why when people come to me and go, I want to start a business, I need an investment. I sit there and think, you don't know about business. Because if you knew about business and your idea was really good, you wouldn't need my money. You'd pull it off for zero. If you're talented and your idea is good, you don't need money. So if you can't make it work for zero or for very little, then it probably wouldn't work anyway and you just lose a whole bunch of money. Because if it would work, if it's a good idea and it will work, then money will start coming in fast and you'll have the money you need. If no one's sending you money in to give you the money you need, then the idea doesn't work anyway. Think about it. Use what you've got. You've already got shit out there, you're just lazy.